Hi, I'm Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire studio at Phocuswright Europe, and I am joined by Andres Collart. He is founder and CEO of TripNinja. Welcome.
Thank you, Mitra.
So, kind of an interesting story that we should tell as before we get started talking. So, TripNinja emerged from stealth mode in 2017, but then about 4 years later, I understand in the midst of the pandemic, fall of 21, you started to shut down, but then you were saved when Webjet acquired you about 2 months later. Tell us of what happened there.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that we did right by our employees and make sure, our partners in the industry knew that these people were there. And so what we did was we contacted PhocusWire, put out an article, made sure that people knew that we were shutting down. This is the transition plan, et cetera. And in that, John from Webjet saw the article, reached out to Lynn, their corporate development person, and they contacted us and said, we actually want that tech, and we want that company, so are you willing to sell it to us? We said, yeah. We came out to a quick agreement. It was actually about a 6-week closing period,
Okay.
And then by end of November, we were able to announce the acquisition.
Wow, well, that's one of the more positive stories, I guess, that has come out of the pandemic. So give me a sense of what TripNinja looks like today.
So when they acquired it, obviously we were a very small team. It was basically Brett and myself. We brought in a few people from the original team, and then we were able to grow it back up. So TripNinja operates independently of Webjet as one of their business units. We're based in Canada. I'd say 95% of our employees are in Canada. We have a few people outside. And yeah, that team is up to about 28 people now.
Okay. So tell me, if I understand, you provide products for OTAs and others. It's related to virtual interlining, dynamic packaging. Give me a sense of the scope of what TripNinja is doing today and how that's integrated with Webjet as well.
So Webjet is our biggest customer right now, right? We support them right now in the multi-city flight space. That has been historically what we have focused on. And with the investment of Webjet, we have developed virtual interlining technology, which we released last month. So on the multi-city flights side, what we've been able to do with Webjet is more than double their multi-city flights revenue. So increased by 125% their revenue per search on multi-city flights, right? We're bringing down the average fare for Australians by about 30%. And then that gives us a little bit of an opportunity for increased markups, increased conversions that yield that additional revenue.
Help me understand, what is some of the, maybe the complications that have inhibited the ability to offer that multi-city flight? I mean, what is it that you're solving there?
So it's really bringing a process that traditional travel agents have been doing for decades, right? It takes someone with 15 to 20 years experience to know how to properly split ticket, how to really do creative ticketing on these itineraries. And we've brought in machine learning. We analyze millions of combinations. And with that, we're able to drastically reduce the price, just like a traditional travel agent does,
Right.
Except we do it in about 5 to 6 seconds.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So what else then is needed, would you say? Like, what do you see as kind of the next opportunity for you to solve?
So with our launch of VI, I think that's the next big thing, right? This is phase 1 that we've launched, and the main difference between our VI technology and others is that we always take the position of being data source independent. So
Okay.
I'm here to provide an OTA or any other data source or itinerary provider, that technology. They can use their GDS, their NDC, their LCC connections that they see fit.
Okay.
Now, there are challenges in providing VI in that fashion. It's very difficult to create a generic VI solution that works for everybody very well. The next phase of that is how do we ensure that the OTA is in the best position possible to understand the risk associated with every itinerary.
Yeah, I'm curious, has there been an increased interest from consumers for, kind of an interline solution? And then I'm also wondering, what does that mean potentially for post-booking service, or, in the event of complications, cancellations, that kind of thing?
So there's definitely been an increased interest, at least from the OTA level, on how do I get VI solutions? How do I get these working with my content? And from that, that gives them, to address the second part, is the ability to do those post-booking servicing with their existing processes, right? Okay. You don't have to use VI and go through a different process if it's a VI itinerary. It's all ticketed on your ticket stock, on your GDS, et cetera. With regards to the doing the post-booking servicing,
right,
you're also looking at, how do I best service this ticket, knowing what my customers care about. So that is also linked to the search side, right? You're looking at, do I want to put VI itineraries in front of my customers that have really short time windows? Yeah, you can get really, really good itineraries sometimes, but there's a high risk associated. Yeah. So it's really about tailoring that to the customer segment that the OTA is working with.
And again, if I heard you correctly, so this VI solution now is available potentially to anyone that would want it. And is Webjet making use of some of that as well, or?
We're working with their teams to integrate it. Yeah, we just launched it, so it's very, very new.
Okay, so I have to ask, as you're talking about that, and certainly you use the term, machine learning and automating some of this. What are your thoughts on generative AI, and is that something that you're looking at incorporating?
I think everyone's looking at it. Yeah. It is an exciting new technology. I actually just saw a new update today came out by OpenAI with regards to lowering the cost by about 30%. They've increased the ability to use APIs within ChatGPT, their API, so it brings back JSON. I think that's part of something that everyone's working on. We are looking into it in terms of an R&D project here and there, yeah. But it's really about making sure that we're using the right tool for the right purpose, right?
Yeah, no, makes sense. All right, well, Andres from TripNinja, thank you so much for joining us.
Great, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.